Well, hello there, humans and earthlings, everyone. Welcome aboard the Love Train. Today, I'm joined by the lovely Monica for Livik, the hottest of drops. It is the hottest dropping map in town right now, and we're going to be running through the show with you today, seeing some of these star-spangled contributors and members of the community rip and tear. Monica, good to see you here. Thanks for joining.
Great to be here, Anna. We're all used to the hot drops of Boot Camp and Sandhawk or Pachinki and Erangel, but we are not ready for this new and improved Livik, where I think this is the biggest overhaul of any map that I've ever seen in the history of PUBG Mobile. So, Bushka, tell me about this Livik match.
Well, there's going to be some amazing things happening here. Most importantly, it's going to be the random advanced supply zones. Obviously, Livik is renowned for being a third-party capital. There's very little way, there's not a lot of ways to stop people from just coming into your play zone and ripping you from behind while you're already in combat with another person. I mean, Livik isn't just third party, it's fourth party and fifth party. These events are fantastic because the zones generally shrink very, very quickly. Livik hurts a lot, and these guys and girls want to stay alive. So you're not going to see a lot of needless rotations and things. We're going to get final circles with 20, 30 people in them. It's going to be wild. And Livik has so much of this loot going on that we all love. M416s everywhere, 3 helmets, coins to buy stuff. Recall towers are going to get camped. The volcanic eruption red zone is going to hit a few people, and the new vehicles and everything on Livik. It's just going to be an absolute storm of fun and frolic. I'm really looking forward to this one.
I think it's when you watch like the competitive maps, you know, it's kind of, you know what's gonna happen, right? It's like a lot of action at the beginning, they rotate, and then kind of like a crazy end game. This one in Livik, it's such a small map, but that just, you know, opens up the doors for so much action. I think we're just gonna have, you know, level 100 action from the start to the very, very end, because all these players are going to have to drop in the random advanced supply zone right off the bat of the circle, and it's gonna land on one of those big cities around the map, and people are gonna, like you said, get kitted out, level 3 everything, just gunshots all over the place. We're gonna be having a really hard time following what's happening.
Yeah, I think the other joyful thing about this is those supply zones are always in urban areas. You get like Blomster, Crabgrass, Gronhouse, Logistics Center, all these places that have really lovely squad fight characteristics. You've got good cover, you've got lots of gear, and you can end up in these just absolute ding-dong battles right off the plane where you're not running around, say, doing George Pol crates on Erangel looking for something other than a shotgun and a crossbow. You are geared up to the eyeballs from the drop, and that makes a huge difference in the quality of the engagements.
Well, hopefully they warm themselves up, because we have a lot on the line for this event. So first place, each player gets 10,000 UC, and usually we see events that's like 10,000 for the entire team and they split it. No, it's 10,000 per person on the team. And then second place we have 5,000 per member, and then third place is going to be 2,500 UC per member. That's some crazy UC, Bushka.
Yeah, it's a lot of cash, a lot of UC. It's all going to be going into the coffers of, well, a very deserving team, because to win this thing, you're going to have to overcome a lot of very experienced players. I know I've played in these kind of events, and you have too, Monica. We've actually played against each other a few times, and that we managed to stay friends regardless, even though you probably ripped me every time. But there's some very good players in here who've won a lot of stuff. I'm looking particularly, look, I'm just going to pick it straight out of the gate. I like Team 9. Farouk's team there.
9.
I've seen quite a few of those guys in events with Farouk before. That's a strong team, and they've won stuff before with that 4-man lineup, I believe, or a very, very similar lineup.
Yeah.
What about you? Do you have any favorites there?
I mean, I can't go wrong with the team of Mr. Flip, Bella Fox, Brandy, and then Clint. I mean, these are players that, I mean, they, like you said, they come together as a team almost every single event. I see them playing together, so they've got that synergy level together. I know Brandy, Flip, Clint, they work together, right? Like, they just talk to each other all the time. They did also just get number 2 in the Livik Community Cup. That was just a couple days ago. So I think They know
Mr.
Livik.
Flip. Mr. Flip. What can't you say about Mr. Flip? I mean, he's renowned. He's an absolute monster of rock and roll.
Oh yeah.
You know, benches enormous numbers, runs the 100 in under 10 seconds, and is just an absolute entry fragger deluxe. So we'll be looking for the 7-foot monster from out of the West Coast to come and do good things to bad people here on the Livik Tundra. I've also got to point out that Brazen Rovers team, they won the recent Livik Community Cup. Brazen Rover, he might not have been the lead fragger, but I think he was the glue guy, the chemistry. He kept them in it.
He did call himself the meat shield in DMs, so I think he's like, I'm gonna absorb all of the damage and let my team frag out. But what I really like about Brazen Rover is he really kind of rallied his community, and he did community events, right? So he really rallied his community. He's got 2 players that he plays with for like years from his like Discord community, and he actually brought in one person who just started streaming, and he really wanted to highlight her, and it's gonna be Nelly Blue on his team. So I just really liked his kind of mentality, just like really wanted to involve people into these kind of VIP events.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He's a community guy. He often turns up when I'm streaming and says g'day and has a great chuckle, and very, very happy to have him competing there. I mean, a lot of old names there. Quan Deadshot, he's on the friend list. Clint Abyss, they're all there. Like it's Merms, Flipper, Bella Fox. I mean, they're all there. And I'm starting to feel a tingle of excitement here. I've just seen on the split screen that they're starting to load on up, Monica. Get it on, let's go. Ooh.
I'm excited. This is literally the hottest drops. Like, you better have had your, pants buckled and your seatbelt fastened, because this is going to be such a fast game. Exactly, Bushka.
Well, make sure, Mr. Flip, buckle up your pants, Flipper. And I've got to say, Livik, it's one of those maps where it can be incredibly frustrating. The good games are incredible, and then you get the games where you've got a team, you're holding them out, and you just get hit from all sides by people that you had no idea they were there. It is the third-party capital of the world.
Man, I mean, through they kind of reimagined a lot of these cities, right? So you have to be so much more aware of the different angles. And I've seen through, I think it was Midstein, they could see through the windows of the building in front of you to see the building on the other side. So you have to be so hyper aware of everything around you.
Yeah, the map design on Livik isn't just a quick cosmetic brush over, a bit of fake tan. We're talking about a deep tissue dive on what was already a very well-defined game meta. The lack of grass now, it's really opened things up. You can't just snaky. I mean, you can do it a little bit, but you're going to get spotted a lot easier. All the buildings are brand spanking new. You don't go and find these ones hanging out. There's no Erangel squad houses like there are on other maps. There's no real shared characteristics there. These are brand new buildings with brand new lines of sight, different overlooks. They've gone real deep on this, and I'm pretty excited to see these guys rip into it.
It's literally a brand new map for us, for all these players, for you guys watching at home. So I'm excited to see all the new different features of Livik. I really hope we're able to showcase it. I know hopefully the players can live long enough after their initial hot drop into the very first advanced supply zone, though, and it's going to be right in the logistics center. So let's go ahead and see how these teams started off.
Okay, logistics center. This is wonderful. This is absolutely brilliant. The random advanced supply zone. So logistics center is brilliant because you've got a warehouse in the middle. You've got a couple of good, solid houses to fight from at the end, and a very well-defined perimeter where you've got these high hedges. I'm very keen to see who claims the warehouse in the middle. It's got the best loot. It's got the best, most defensible position. It's got a gantry running around it. Look at it. This is going to be so freaking hot. Oh, my God.
Even whoever wins this, if they're even able to survive this initial drop out of here, it's on such a far southeastern side, and you can see everyone dropping down now. Oh my God, it's raining people. We're gonna have a 49-person hot drop in the middle of the city.
Oh my God. Like, this is not a joke. This is the hottest drop. Everyone has basically got to touch their feet in the swimming pool. So some of them are just touching on the outside and moving as we look at Quan Deadshot, an absolute stalwart of the VIP scene. Oh, Monica, he's on fire too. He's already, no kills yet.
MT49, great to have, but he does get knocked, unfortunately, immediately flushed out. So GG's to him. He can still get recalled, though, Bushka.
Look at Mr.
Maybe
Flip.
there's a chance.
Look at Mr. Flip. I mean, he doesn't need a gun. He's just an angry human looking for love in all the wrong places. Take it, Flipper. Head for the hills. Oh.
He literally brought a fist to a gunfight, so he's just hanging out in the background here. But I mean, we haven't seen the middle of the warehouse yet. But Chev, he's just gonna be waiting out here. At least he does have a gun though. On the flip side,
this is such a common. I've died so many times to those grubs. They just drop the edge of the map, right on the edge of these. Oh, Mr. Flip's just gone down in the back. We've lost Flipper. What a tragic loss for the game.
Oh my god! Yeah, I mean, if Merms is down, I think it's gonna be only Bella Fox left alive. Bushka.
Yeah, Brazen Rover. Talk about holding an angle. This is like Pythagoras, just sitting there in the corner. Come on, Rover. Look, he's geared up. No, this is the middle warehouse we were talking about earlier. Barrel, level 2 helmet, level 3 vest. This is what you're talking about. Absolutely center court.
So what they traded in eliminations, like we see all these people on the outskirts having all these eliminations, they're sitting nice and pretty. They're getting all the loot. So I think they're going to do really, really well in this match. Neely does take a little bit too much damage though, but it looks like a shoot off between Team 5 and Brazen Rover Team 6.
One thing you cannot accuse this this map of being is slow for action. This is what this is steroids. This is like a hot drop on steroids. We're down to 31 people in a community event. 3 minutes in. This is crackers.
This is like, I hope they turn their volume just a little bit low. Otherwise, it's just gunshots after gunshots, you know, unrelentingly in their eardrums. So we're still just waiting for this fight is about to break out. I know Team 5, Salmon, they've come a little bit closer, right? But they're still trying to get that entry knock to get in. Yeah. Yeah.
If you have a look on the right side here, it is very hard. There's someone from, I'm not sure what squad that is. This is squad number 6, squad number 5. There's someone just to the left here of Brazen Rover, a little bit further northwest, who's got an angle on anyone trying to cross. Here we go. They're starting to push.
Yeah, they're trying to push in now. They may be aware that there's a single. Merms, okay. Merms,
yeah, I don't think isn't Merms knocked? I can't tell.
I can't really tell who it is, but she'd be a fish out of water. She's over there. Looks like they did get a knock though. That K9, and he had a red dot on it, by the way. He was just iron sighting it out into the distance. But Neely does get knocked. Okay, they've opened up this fight now. Now it's their turn to push.
Yeah, big push here now. Res Tragic on the left, doing a little bit of looting on his way to glory. Getting the Overlord. Bang, that is a big clear. That was the most dangerous member of the squad, and they have won the... Oh, no, hang on. We're back. Another team's just rolled into the back door. Squad number 4. This is not over yet, Mon.
I mean, you said this is like third party, fourth party, fifth party, central. It's like they just came off the back of winning this fight in the warehouse, and immediately another team is pushing in and trying to take the fight. It's going to be Starboy coming on and aggressing. He does get a knock onto Tragic. So great kind of crouching, fighting like that, and they do wipe them out of the warehouse.
They gave up too much to get that clear, unfortunately, and now they've been ripped in the third party capital. And squad number 5, hang on. Is this a whole new bunch of humans? What is going on here? No, that's Starboy. He's down again. Only one other member up of squad number 4. Here we go. And squad number 5, they're trying to clear that last member. And I think he's going to take off for the recall center and look to get the rest of his team up.
I would say normally in a normal match without the recall centers, you'd be like, nope, I'm gonna, run away and just play passive for you. Now he can just, hey, I'm gonna slip onto a recall center, recall all of my teammates, and then, team number 5 is gonna go on and be like, wait, I thought I eliminated you out of the match. What are you doing back here again? Like a cat with 9 lives.
It's absolutely brilliant, isn't it? And it's so true. They do add a huge dimension to the gameplay. They allow you to do things like this. Obviously, Merm's team got up so quickly. They must have sent someone straight off the bat from the drop and just contested with 3 people. So it wasn't really such a big deal for them. They're already up well over past power plant, I think towards refinery last time we looked at them. That's a long way away from here. They must have grabbed a car straight off the hot drop as we see them starting to rotate out here. Squad number 5. There's Merms. They are on the other side of the map already playing football. Merms loves a dance.
You know,
She's in
I
the
did ask
football bit.
Merms what her team name was, and she said her team name was Track Stars. So I guess this is, you know, they're really
Oh
living up to it.
God.
They're just like, you know, we dropped, and
She's
we're just
off
like Track
playing
Stars. They're running
football.
the, you know, 600 meter.
Oh,
We're just get out of here. But yeah, I love seeing her highlighting one of the new features of this Livik. It's that soccer that you can play for VP. You
she's
can
a
play for
pro.
some
She's a
coins.
pro.
Yeah, she is.
Love her. Oh, well done. So that was an excellent bit of work there because there was a lot of people getting knocked and they're all back up. So well done then. Summon and Co. They're still inside the circle here. We're down to 21 people already. This is not your granddad's VIP event. This is an absolute ripper and tearer. I can't believe how much action we've had so far. They've got 15 team kills.
They've wait, what? Wait, how did I miss that? That
They've
happened
got
really
15
fast.
team kills.
So that's almost the entire lobby that landed in Logistics Center. So 50% of the entire teams are gone, and it's only been 7 minutes into the match, Bushka.
Yeah, I mean, we thought we'd get a lot of these late game sweat-filled lobbies, but I don't think this is going to be very much like a public game. There's going to be a lot of attrition early on. Look at Merms. Merms is just down here kicking balls.
Like breaking her ankle every time she kicks it because that ball is not going very far every time she kicks it.
Big Rabona there from Merms. She's on the follow through.
Hey. Goal.
Excellent stuff. Lovely little PMCO lay down and spray there. Gee, right on the edge of getting the clear there for WZ.
That is the last person of team number 4. Remember, the rest of them died in the warehouse. So if W7L can't get out of here, there's no hope to recall the rest of his team. Oh, actually, he already did. Never mind. While we weren't looking, he slipped over to a
while we
recall
weren't
center
looking,
to
they're
get
all
them.
there.
Okay.
But why are they behind him? I don't understand.
Where did they come from?
Like, they're all hanging out over at the compound, and this is like, just no, I'm not going to come and sit with you guys. You're embarrassing me, Mum. I'm going to go and hang out with myself. Right, fair enough. Well, it's certainly alluring. No, has retreated now, leaving.
Right, so
that's not a good loadout.
Yeah, that's
not a good loadout.
W7L was one of those that did get recalled, and when you get recalled, you don't just end up with your loadout that you had from before. Right? So you just have like nothing. So it's like, oh, do I really want to be recalled though? Because I come with like an Uzi and an UMP, and that's all I got.
Yeah, well, look, I've got to be honest though. The thing I'm worried about if I'm those guys is this zone is going to start stinging on these rotations. And when you get recalled, you don't come back with a med kit. You just come back with some bandies. Yeah, that's going to start to hurt if that's a hard shift.
I'm just like, I'm gonna go this betting machine, best betting machine of the century. You know, I'd like to point out they still haven't recalled Crispy Bacon yet. So he's just like, nah, he wasn't that good of a teammate. They're just gonna just let him. And you're like, we're in a 3-mana for the rest of the
maybe it's like, call me in when there's, better stuff. Like, I'm not interested right now.
He's like, he's like, call me back when you're next to a vending machine. You got some good stuff for me. In the meantime, I'm just gonna wait. I don't want to run across with no guns, no clothes.
Well, this is an odd one, but I think we've actually got more people now than we did a couple of minutes ago, and that's obviously thanks to these recall towers.
Yeah.
I was a little bit on the fence with them when they first brought them into the game, but now I find I'm playing maps like Vikendi and Miramar, and I'm like really missing them because they're fantastic. Like, it gives you an opportunity to bring your friends back in, and that's why we all play, to play with our friends and have a good time.
Yeah.
And instead of on Miramar, you die and you're like, oh, I've lost my buddy. They've got no part of the game anymore. Whereas on Livik, you get this really great opportunity to bring them back. And the recall centers are a big part of why this kind of an event is so much fun.
Yeah, and I like a lot of content creators, a lot of streamers too. They really like Livik. I think you told me this the other day, Bushka, just because it's so short. It's go, 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 go. You can play with a lot of different people in a short amount of time. Versus, say, like Miramar, without the recall centers, you play and your buddies die, and then you're playing for 30 minutes, by yourself, sort of thing. Versus here, you're just like go, 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 play with a lot of people, viewer code, and it's such a great map.
I do like the fact that these teams straight away, there is like a meta for this. You'll see they all had to touch inside the circle, and then as soon as that was done, some of them just took off. Like, it was like throwing a bag of marbles on the ground and watching them all just shoot off in different directions. But the meta does seem to be like send one person to the recall center and everyone else contests, because that was an honest to goodness. You never see that kind of a contest in a VIP event right off the get-go. That was fierce.
I like the teamwork. So maybe who was it? It was Brazen Rover. Maybe should have had one person go out to the recall center, right? Instead of having all four land in the warehouse. They're like, we're kicking ourselves now because all four of them got eliminated, right? From was it Starboy team?
Yeah, absolutely. There we go. Seeing an absolutely perfect example of the Livik third party. You think you're safe, there's no one moving, nothing's happening, and then there's a 3x spray coming your way as you dance happily up a hill. Unfortunate there, but Goki very happy to get another team kill, and that is 6 for team number 4, who are back in the running.
Yeah, but now team number 4, they're going to be on the outside of the circle, right? Like the circle shifted away from them. You can see that in the mini map. They've got quite a ways to try to rotate. I mean, they got about 56 seconds now, and it looks like they're kind of running with like a chicken with their head cut off, and just kind of going around in circles and circles and circles. And
look, they are actually going to be. There is a holdout going on the eastern edge of that zone. Hello, Farouk's back. And that is a big wipe. Squad number 10. Tata, thanks for the money. And Farouk and co smashing the ATV there and getting the job done. Really, really like the chances of squad number 9. They are my pick for most likely to succeed. Hang on.
We spoke a little bit too soon, because now team number 5, Saman, has come in for this. What do we call this, a fourth party now? But I really appreciated Farox, how they came and just surrounded that team. It was just shots all over the place, nowhere to hide at all. But now shots fired right in the back. They said no thank you. So we're gonna pass them on back. Yeah.
Farouk. Do they have an AWM? Well, they do. Yes. Thanks very much. We missed that. That was a good pickup. So Farouk's team actually went and raided the crates, and they probably won't peak that again. Look at that red level 3 helmet, Monica. That's seen better days.
He got that probably back into the warehouse of logistics center. He's like, crap, now I gotta find a vending machine, try to like exchange my coins and try to get a new one. But that is hanging on by one thread of the strap of the level 3 helmet.
Yeah, it's always great finding out they have an AWM when the first squad member just gets his head ripped off. That's good. Look at this. This is desperate times in the circle up on the northeastern edge as we shift back towards the area above Crabgrass. There's a little compound there between power plant and Crabgrass. Always a place where I die. Like, that's just a hill of disappointment for me.
You try and rotate through there. Die in the compounds of Crabgrass, and you would be number 1 in the achievement.
This area is horrific because there's a big hill just to the left of you here. If we look a little bit further north, then there's Crabgrass itself with people camp, and you start a rotation in, you get caught on the hill by people like squad number 5 here, and the next thing you know, you're in trouble.
Oh, the ones who are in trouble are definitely Starboy. So, they were looking really good coming out of Logistics Center, and now they're being caught with team number 5, just really spread out. This is going to be our team Saman, really, really spread out here on the southern side. So, I mean, they're going to have to, pull a magic trailing Houdini themselves into this circle somehow.
Yeah, they're going to have to go in. I think their best bet, I like this as a play, pushing squad number 4, who are, in a little bit of trouble and strife, and then owning this side of the circle. It's a lot. On your right, he's missed it. This could be dangerous. He's deep in the blue on the right here. Oh, he's got to rotate. He's got to rotate. He's got to rotate. This is going to be bad. Oh, this is bad.
This is really bad. Now it's both of these players like enveloped by the blue zone, and it's just
this is the Livik I know. This is the Livik I know, and get frustrated and love in equal measure.
Oh no, this is like a good idea, but just wasn't executed right. They're like, we're gonna come out in the blue, we're gonna take out AE, right? And now it's biting them in the butt. So
AE's dead. You look at AE. AE's gonna fall to the zone as well. You watch.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, go on, play zone. Play zone is the MVP right here. That is a typical Livik engagement. Oh, everyone fights. You're holding in the blue. You don't want to give them the angle, and the next thing you know, you're taking 20 damage a tick and trying to fight with a UMP. Oh, absolutely disastrous.
So you're out in the blue zone. You're like, okay, my health is going so fast. It's like, well, I got bandages. Like, there's nothing really left for me to do, especially with all these teams that were camping them right on the inside. But we have this team here with 17 eliminations found. That's almost, I think, a third of the lobby at this point. Oh, yeah.
Farouk's squad are absolutely sitting pretty on top of the rock, inside the circle, just touching daintily with his foot outside the circle there to get the spray. Crazy Kev. Down you go, Kevo. Big angles there. Oh, look at Farouk just lasering here.
Oh, come on. He almost had him. He was like, I had so much expectations because he's laying prone. Like you said, like PMGC strats there, trying to reduce his recoil, but tragic to be on the blue zone. You can see how much damage it is. He just saw a tick of his ankle, and he does get knocked. So, I mean, that hurts right there.
They know there's still one out there. They know that's just a knock. Here comes a circle. Not a big problem for them. They've got plenty of cover just to their west here. They're looking for that fourth member, the rotation for the fourth member. He's confirmed the kill. And, okay, so this could be a chance for Stress to get in.
Yeah, Stress, you know, they're not watching him anymore. If he has enough meds, he can get all the way in there. Merms, though, back from the dead, does get a perfect headshot. So, I mean, they still have to come up over the top of the mountain. But, yeah, like you said, team number 9, Farok, I'm really, really hoping that this team can really close it out.
Well, they've got the perfect position right on top of the big rock. Merms holding form hard down the side, about to get flanked by Ahmed. Farouk's on the cunt, on the crop.
Uh-oh. Merms does go down, though, this time. Oh, it gets flushed out as well. So, I mean, that's the rest of her team to fall very quickly right after her. So, wasn't able to hold the mountain. Farok showing that they're king of the mountain.
Yeah, unfortunate. That just very hard to hold all the angles at once. The overlook, the flank, and, you know, we fight for hills, not holes. Stress is still in this. This is a huge story. 17 team kills, and he is harrying the flanks as squad number 1 and picking up flushes and eliminations here as they go forward. There's a... Oh, no, he didn't get that one.
Quite get it. Oh my god, he's just hitting people left and right. You know, he's like, I don't need the rest of my team. I can just solo go for it and try to close this one out. So I think over here, Farok, they still need a reset, but he's going to be coming up ever closer.
I don't know about him clearing number 1. I like the eliminations, but he could probably have used their help. In that, he's just one bad molly or grenade away from a real problem. And they've given them time. They're all back online now. Oh, he takes it anyway. Stress is on fire. Oh, Stress, you monster of rock and roll. He's on the pump
like,
now.
I'm not stressing. Oh my god. He's pushing. Okay, this is going to be the biggest 1 versus 4 of the century. They do drop out, but it's going to be multiple players to shoot at him. So, I mean, it was well thought out. How many
what an effort.
How many eliminations?
They got 14, 17, 18 elims. And look, squad number 9 picked up a lot at the end. They got 12, 13, 14, 15. What a great format. It was awesome.
I mean, that was crazy, right? And I like Farok. I appreciate how he really took it, like he played it like a classic PUBG Mobile game, right? It's like, land, conserve, get the loot, and then rotate, and then really just bring out at the very end. And then on the complete opposite side of that, that's going to be Stress and all of them getting their 15 eliminations right off the back of the match, or right off the drop.
Huge, and that'll keep them in it regardless. And that gameplay at the end by Stress, it was beautifully done. As soon as they switched gears and Merm squad started pushing in, trying to claim that center zone, Stress used that rotation beautifully and got a wonderful angle on the corner of absolutely everyone. Picked up a couple more limbs, and that could be the difference at the end of the day. Never know.
Yeah, the scoring system, though, we're going to take us back to a little bit of modified, but we're going to have 30 points for the win, 22 for the second place. So, I mean, the eliminations were pretty close at the, what was it, 15 and 17, you said? So I think Farok's team is still going to, jump up ahead.
18 and 15. 18 and 15.
18 and 15, yes. But it's very, very close.
Well, let's have a look at a couple of highlights here now. This should be very, very exciting. I love the technology. Oh, look at this wonderful overlook here on the compound between Crabgrass and Power Plant. Big hits there by Farouk and co. And this was just where I think squad number 5 came into the equation, Monica.
This is actually their first eliminations of the match. Like this is like
There it
they
is.
didn't eliminate anybody until what is this, the 12-minute mark? I can't really exactly see that, but I mean, and then they just kind of rotated in the circle, kept that southern side. Even if they were getting peppered by shots, they're always going to get all four back up and then have all four at the very end of
And I
the
think
match.
this is just about now where Salmon realizes that they actually have an AWM. There you go.
Yeah. See you later, level 3 helmet.
Have a 50 caliber right through the dome. Thanks very much.
Oh,
what a great
no.
highlight. Well, I
That
will
was
point
great.
out one thing, that Livik is kind of turning the meta on its head. You want center circle all the time in Livik, but you've got to gamble. Like they went center circle and claimed it. They took it off another squad, but there was no, like that could easily have gone down to Merms or squad number 1, who are also down in Crabgrass, and then they're rotating in on open hillside. So I did call number 9, but I think they got pretty lucky there with the circles.
I think Merms, if their team had picked up crispy bacon, they would have had all 4 because they were trying to take that 3 versus 4 fight there. But we got some more highlights from this hottest first match of the day. So let's go ahead and take a look at those. And yep, jumping right on actually to the ending
final elimination.
fight. Yeah, the winning one. Oh man,
Yeah.
I mean, stress. Like I was rooting for him, but that was literally an uphill fight to try to take that 1v4.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely brilliant. Did the right thing. Farouk's teammate jumps down and makes himself a target, and then they just get the flank shot. Well, that's how you play it. You just hit point trade, make a trade, and you're very happy to make a trade when it's 1v4 to win the game.
Yeah, just bait one player, send him over, you know, like a penguin jumping off the side of like an iceberg, right? And then everyone else come over and just like shoot at everyone else. So I don't know how this next match or even the third match will top this one, but I'm excited to see how much more chaos and action can happen.
Yeah, brilliant format. Get everyone in here, share the link, get them in, come and watch this, where you see content creators and community members alike just getting forced to hot drop and get belted. This is great.
Oh man.
Oh.
So we saw the soccer challenge, right? I want to see some of the other features of Livik that we may not have seen yet, like the wild berries. You can consume those to replenish your energy, kind of like sitting in the hot springs, right? It's kind of the exact
I'll tell
same
you what has
concept,
been
but these-
really handy for me in rotation, because you can't always get a vehicle. The zip lines, if you've not tried them yet, you get on the zip line, it absolutely fangs. You go very, very quickly. It's super hard to hit unless they've got a straight on shot at you. And it's a great way for rotating around some of those areas, even when you're just rotating to circles on the edge of the map. I will be interested to see. Yeah, exactly. It'd be interesting to see if anyone does manage to get center circle here early on and ride the wave, but should be a contested hot drop out all the same. I'm not sure where the actual random advanced supply zone is this time out. We'll have a squiz and look for you.
Well, you said it's always on the urban kind of area. So we just saw Logistics Center. What are some of the other ones? We saw Midstein, Crabgrass, like what else?
The Eastport, you can also get it on Blomster, Gronhouse, basically all the major towns around the map it can pop. And it's going to be at Power Plant, I've just heard, which is my favorite drop on the entire map. This will be filthy. It's also one of the places at Power Plant where to land Power Plant, there is not a lot of spare space. It's like a mini boot camp on Sanok.
Yeah, there's only like one kind of major building and then a couple kind of extensions of it for sure. And then there's a lot of like walkways.
It's one major building on either side of an open courtyard. Yeah. That's it. You're gonna have to win.
So this is the main building is going to be the warehouse of Logistics Center that we just saw, and we can see who the big spenders of this game are, right? Like who spends their money on the
Merms is eating baked beans this week. That's a lot of stuff, Mermo.
She's like, I need that 10,000 UC to buy more stuff.
Yeah, she needs stuff. Look at this. We're following Merms in. You can see all the squads here ripping, and I think Merms and many of these squads are just dipping a toe in the water now, and then look at it. It's like it's like someone just ran into the party naked. Everyone's leaving. I'm out of here. See you, team. Look at Flipper going, and Salmon is picking up 3 kills everywhere. It's like a turkey shoot. This is hilarious. Come back. We missed you.
It's like you landed at little like kind of abandoned part and just get one gun. You're just shooting at everyone. So now they're really regretting their decision to play really passive, just to land in the advanced supply zone and then run. And now everyone who did get guns is just free farming everyone in the
That
open.
is amazing. I have never seen anything like this. And the people on the outskirts who got weapons are like gods, like absolute gods. They're running around just farming.
Oh
Look
no,
at top kill
Merms!
shot. 3 kills, Merms. Be elusive. Be elusive.
I was gonna say Merms run faster, but I guess actually swim faster and get away from a kill shot. But I think she was able to just to dip out. So Merms will live for another couple of minutes.
The problem is, as we go back to power plant, squad number 5 is being so aggressive here. I love it. They are dominating the hot drop.
I mean, so they didn't dominate it last game, right? Like they played a little more passive. We're like, get our loot, or we're gonna go, you know. So oh, yeah, the zip line. We see the zip line that you mentioned. Baby. That is fast. I don't think, how could anybody like trace that and kind of shoot you off the zip line?
You get grubs that sit at the end of it waiting, and that's not fun.
Just camping.
Yeah.
So we're camping the recall towers. We're camping the ends of the zip lines.
Exactly. I mean, if you played this game before, people will do anything for a kill. Oh, it's all going off. Squad number 12 in huge trouble here. FG Payne has to get over there and get the recovery. Is not going to happen. Now we see the recall center problem. Everyone knows where the recall centers are. Everyone knows who's going there, and they're going to get camped. The refinery recall center is going to be busy.
Busy indeed. So these are the players who like landed, like just you said, like the toes just in the water and then just dipped out of there, like the track stars of Merm's team, just to loot up somewhere else. But so we might have some people live a little longer than this last game.
That was amazing. Just it's like a hillside of clay pigeons as everyone tries to leave, and Summon is just like yeah. I don't think he got a lot of those kills though. Look, you can see he's only got 1 kill. I think what actually happened was he knocked, but other people were confirming them. Like there was more than one person doing the confirming there. Wow.
If we didn't have people get the guns, I would have expected. Oh, here we have the treasure map. We see the treasure map where it tells you where some good loot is for it. So I like these. I think somebody told them like, hey, let's show off some of these new features of Livik and just show them on stream.
This is a brilliant feature because if you get the blue weapon scrape, you can get like an M24 that has 8 rounds in it with an extended magazine and stuff like that. Oh, hello. Oh, that's a great rip there.
Oh
no.
I was like, what happened? He just like overextended, was too confident on the people below him, and just got shot into the distance. But now Farak's team, the one who won the previous match, now under fire. Is that their team? No, I'm sorry, I'm thinking of a different team. But I mean, this is
that's it. No, Farouk's team. Face it, Data. I think was in Farouk's team. Wasn't that team 9 then?
No, that was team 8.
Oh, okay.
Not Farouk's team.
No, it was team 9. That was there's only one member of Farouk's team left upright right now, I think. That was squad number 9, and they have to get to the recall center, or that is going to be a big miss. Here we go, that weapons crate. What's he picked up? He's got the P90.
Nice. We love to see it.
I think he got the M416, the upgrade M416. So he upgrades. The P90 has improved hip fire, which is outstanding. There's just I really love the weapons crates. I can't emphasize enough how much I love the weapons crates, and it actually improved the weapons. They used to just come in the drops.
Yeah, there's just a couple of those weapons, those XT weapons, those like upgradable ones, AKM, M4, P90 for sure. Definitely a huge advantage to use in this match. He's trying to get up. Can you get up on the roof? He's trying to do it.
No, but I love the spirit.
Wishful thinking.
Is it somewhere that I can camp that will get me a better overlook? I love the tenacity. Don't stop.
All right, well, team number 11, though, they're still kind of, well, it looks like they've kind of meandered their way away from them, but Crazy Kevy's got the monster truck trying to get back to his team, and I think now it's to the point where everyone's kind of more traditionally rotating into this next circle.
Yeah, it's always a tough one on Livik. Do you go center circle and hope, or do you make rotations and run edge? And it is a violent circle. It doesn't discriminate. It hates everyone equally. It is probably the most yelled at circle in PUBG Mobile because it moves hard, the blue hurts more, and the difference between being in a compound and being on an open hill is one rotation. Like, and there's no way around this. So I'm very interested to see who gets this circle. It's going to play a huge role in where we end up.
So we have Team Starboy. I asked them, what is their strategy? They just said, don't panic, just know your surroundings. And this is actually a plan in game that was #1 in game in season 16. So I mean, they should do pretty well. We haven't seen that quite yet in match #1.
Look at Mermo. I mean, who cares about how many kills you get when you look that good doing it?
Yes. She really wants that 10,000 UC first place prize to get some more skins.
This is the angles we were talking about before. I think this is a brilliant bit of map design in Midstein. The fact that regardless of where you are, there are straight line drives straight through these windows in all the buildings, and they are deep lines of sight too. So you can end up in positions where you think you're covered, you're taking a shot at someone on the hill, and the next thing you know, you're ripped from not the next building, but the building behind that can see through the windows of both buildings. So they've done a really good job.
How mad do you think they would be if, you can see your like kill cam after you die and you see, he's like, where was he? I didn't even know. And he's like, through the next building. It's like, I didn't even know you could see that.
The only reason I know it happens is because I'm like, what? Show me that death replay. Oh, wow. You can do that, righto. Okay,
and then you do that the next match and you just learn.
You better believe it. You better believe it. We overcome and we adapt here, Mon. That's absolutely the way forward. Oh,
Merms. Yeah, I mean, UMP, no scope in sight.
That is absolutely the most optimistic spray of the day from Mermo. That's a 365 meters per second weapon. Oh!
No, Brazen. This is the second game that they've gone out. One of the first teams to go out in the match, actually.
Yeah, you can only win one event every week, Brazen. There you go.
You used it on the event on Monday.
Yeah, or you get luck at the other event you went in. Look at Zero. That familiar left foot, right foot action as he zings his way across the map. Straight ahead, we have squad #2. Now, we've got a lot of people left zip lining #8.
Wow. He's actually zip lining the wrong way.
Yeah, I was thinking, isn't that uphill?
Yeah, that's uphill and away from the circle. Maybe he was getting away from them and he was like, I'm just going to hightail it out of here and just avoid this in general. He is the last person left alive from his team, too.
I don't know if he's already used the recoil card. At this point in the game, a lot of teams have already brought their teammates back once, and you can only do it the once. So you can see up there is squad #9. I can only see one member of that squad. He's just taken one out, but they're getting pushed. If they know that's squad #9, everyone's going to push that because that is a great squad to clear.
They do have all 4 players up though. They're just playing incognito. They have some invisibility cloaks going on, and they just didn't want anyone to find them. So they're doing the same thing as the first game, right? They just stay quiet, and then in the end game, they're like, oh, all four of us are here, and they're just picking off all the teams that had less than 4 players.
They're at the recall center, and this is why you go and hold these recall centers, because people turn up for them without a whole lot of stuff.
Looks like Ahmad just spraying in the distance. I mean, where's the rest of his team? He's got 1 player right behind him in that.
Spread about.
Yeah, ATV. They're just UTV, and they're just going to. I mean, at some point they need to meet up, right? I mean, they're just like really spread out in the distance. I guess nobody's on this kind of western side of the circle, so good for them. But let's see if they can close out game #2 as well. Yeah,
that's an interesting rotation from them. First game, they really fought hard to get the lead and go into center circle. And this time they're playing dead side. They're actually all the way away from where the circle dropped. I mean, it is Livik, so it's only small, but that does give you a really good chance at making some light rotations into a circle. But they're going to have to make them all the same. And there's too many people left alive now to get an easy ride. If you're going to win this one from here, Monica, you're going to have to do a lot of work.
Yeah, I mean, this map is so small too. Have you ever played Livik? You're just like running aimlessly. It's like, oh, I'm already a quarter way across the map already. It's so small. It's really easy to rotate, but you'll be right next to people as well. As we see in this city, there are almost 2 different teams right next to each other.
This is a strange one. This is another place that the advanced supply zone pops. This is Eastport. And
Yeah.
this side of the road is super hard to cross. But when you do, there's this wall that basically there's like an embankment just below these buildings, and you can get these weird fights. We can get whole squads on that embankment, and you just can't see them. We've had some very, very odd final circles here.
Other thing really odd, looks like they've cleaned out one of the players in their building, so they have this little compound for free now, but getting shot in the distance from Team Starboy. So I mean,
if we go back, they had 12 kills. That was 12 kills again for team number 5. They are not mucking around. Every hot drop, they've come out winning, and it's given them a big boost in the points.
I wonder if any team here has 0 eliminations, or does everyone have, you know, some eliminations, because it's so easy to get it here. Everyone landing together, hot drop it together.
No, I think there's quite a few teams playing for position here, and they'd want to get them soon because these guys are both positioning and point scoring. Oh, this is a dangerous roof to be on. Very dangerous roof to be on. Be nervous. Yeah, he's off.
Definitely. And looks like Salmon, though. So Salmon did pretty well the previous game, right? I think they didn't get quite enough to kind of be at the top of the standings. So they're still playing for first, second, third. They're not out of it yet, but, you know, 1 game out already. They really need to clean it up on the second and third game. But I think they just have like a really central position here, all spread out in the different corners. And then they're just waiting for any team to come closer to them.
This is a really hard compound to push into, but it's not because you can't just do it 1v1, but the ridgeline behind it is visible for miles, and the other side of it, you can see these guys are in Midstein. Midstein directly overlooks that compound in a way, so you're almost protected by the other teams around you. The more people that are alive around you in squad number 5's compound, the easier it is to hold that compound.
Very easy indeed. Now we have Quan. Okay, so Quan, he went a little bit early in the previous game, right? Like we had some good things to say about him. Yeah, and he's like, they need to play a little bit more aggressive, I think, or maybe less aggressive. I can't remember exactly how they went out the last game, but I mean, this team they're very strategic about how they put together their teams. They got like an IGL, co-IGL, you know, opening up for their fraggers too. So I'm hoping we see a little bit better from them. But this has been I think the least amount of action so far today, Bushka. I think it's been about like 5 minutes or so, just kind of calm.
Well, we got an absolutely crazy start last game. And that was diabolical for a lot of teams. They tried to contest the middle, and there can really only be one champion Highlander. But this time, I think we're going to get the absolutely silly couple of final circle rotations at the end. Someone's going to lose here. Like there's just too much open ground between these compounds, and too many people with sight lines on all of it.
Yeah, this is feeling more like a classical kind of PUBG mobile match. Here we do have, it seems like everyone's on their bellies, trying to laser in the distance. We got one shot onto the roof.
Look at that angle. Look at that angle.
Yeah, I think they weren't aware of it, but he just hasn't landed the shots on them yet.
No. Oh, it's a great angle, but I think it could be very hard to hit from there. That's a very small pixel. Quan stood up. Quan dead shot, taking out face Dada. Face at Dada. So just a knock there. Not a finish. Not a confirmation.
The confirmation indeed. So this is like they have their compounds, but they're just, you know, too far away to get a knock and a confirmation every single time. So they just have like very small sight lines onto each other and just waiting to see where this next circle is going to go. We still have 27 players left alive. It's gone north.
Squad number 5 are going to have to rotate past 9, past 1. This is, and you can see, trying to rotate. Is that 9? It hasn't gone north. It hasn't gone north. I'm wrong. I can't see the map here.
Okay,
if we could get a quick look at the, I think they actually, they got, oh, where is this? This is Eastport again.
Eastport
Look at
again.
this. Look at this. Here comes the circle. There we go. Oh, look at that circle. That is horrific. No one wins. I mean, squad number 5 are the best suited. They can get a building inside, but there is no one on the southeast corner. And there are a lot of people who are going to have to look at squad number 9. They're in the worst rotation spot along with 3.
I can see Griffin's team kind of rotating into there because there's no one in front of them, right? And then we have Stress, who they got number 2 in the previous game. They've got a fairly decent spot as well, but everyone who was stuck in Eastport, it's like someone needs to win this fight, and someone needs to win this fight fast because you have 18 seconds to now rotate into this new circle.
Wow, look at that. That was an absolutely gorgeous spray on point there from Ramaz. And he needed to hit that because he's trying to get the revive here on his teammate as Mr. Flip drives madly through the middle. Mr. Flip's just like, he's just off. And above them.
Somehow they just fast and furious their way in, and nobody knocked any of them.
Squad above them. Squad number 1's above them. There's Quad Deadshots just jumped outside. Molotov's on the stairs, throwing smoke. Still outside the circle, by the way. No one's having fun there. And here comes squad number 9 on the pump as they start adding to the war of attrition. Last member of squad number 9 up. He absolutely needs to get inside this circle. Look at him. That's big. That is big.
So they compound the circle, and then Farok, their team they just kind of waltzed in and just reaped the benefits. They're like, thank you very much. 1, 2, 3, and just hit all the eliminations, and he just kind of weaseled his way in.
Squad number 5 have had a touched performance here. The circle, they were the only squad that had that compound inside the circle, and they have made absolutely joyous returns on that. Look at this. 4 teams left. Squad number 5 are a full squad, and they are rotating in with no one in front of them. This is a clear, easy pickup.
I say they got one, Blitz and Co. They got one person in front of them, and they used so many utilities just to chip away at his health when it was just a solo. They probably could have well placed that one a little bit better, but like you said, team number 5, they've got all the circle control here. 2 teams left alive. It's a 3 versus 4, Bushka.
Look at this, Blitz Iron. He's starting to think aggressively. He wants the kills. He wants the placement points. That is a really good knock, and that's a pressure. That's starting to build the pressure. It's a trade, big trades, 2 for 1, 2 for 2. Blitz Iron, nearly pulled it. Big moves there. That wasn't actually too bad, Monica, but look at the kills. Oh my good golly. Look at those kills.
10. 10 himself? What is it? Wait, this is 22 eliminations. So they saw the 18 from last match. They're like, nah, we can do better than that. They come up over the top, get the win, and get 22. So this is a team that is completely fragged out the first match and now the second. So they're definitely in first place right now.
Absolutely, and they picked the right compound. Everything there about going center circle. It's paid off for everyone that's managed to hold. And that compound's particularly good. Very, very hard to approach, but on the rotation, very, very hard to move past. Oh, wow.
Oh. I mean, that was...
We're going to have a look at the replay, I think now. If you want to talk us through this one, Monica.
I need to see the replays because that was so much action. I couldn't really keep up with what was going on. Here we have that initial drop, I believe it was, into the...
This is Refinery. This is Refinery. Over near the volcano. Yeah, this is a little bit deeper into the circle here. You can see squad number 11 with Crazy Kev. This is Crazy Kev 3v4, but they've got the knock and they're pushing. Squad number 8 v squad number 11 at Refinery about mid-game.
Yes. Yeah, this was like everyone who kind of landed right into the initial factory. They just like dipped on out of there, and everyone who survived. And yeah, I remember that now. Like Crazy Cow, they just like drove off because they had 2 left alive. But it was
one of those things where it's like, you drop and you leave power plant. You're like, we're just gonna run out of power plant. But you're like, I don't have a choice where I'm going. I'm going this way because everyone that way is dying. Like, so off you go to the Refinery.
I think if the people didn't get the guns initially right off of power plant, I think we would have seen a lot of like punching, like as people were running and just kind of running around in circles. Yeah.
What about that rotation at the end? Flipper and Co just driving around. Clint Abyss, I think, was at the wheel. And they're like, is that safe? No, we can't go there, can't go there, can't go there. Well, there's only one squad upstairs in this house. Let's try here. Like, that's how desperate you are.
Sometimes when you watch these teams and you spectate them, you know exactly what's going through their head. Like, nope, I'm getting shot this way. Nope, I'm getting shot this way. I guess we're going to take this fight. And then they had that. I mean, it was a little bit too drawn out. The team number 1 that was up ahead of them. And then Farok's team was just farming the kills as they were all trying to leave minimal health. But let's take a look at some more highlights to get some more action from that previous match.
Oh, this is the great finish here. Blitzline, I love the way they pushed him forward and tried to cover him. This is why you love having the high ground. Like, this is an absolutely gorgeous finish.
He had 2 eliminations. He almost went for the 3-piece, but I think his teammates were just all getting knocked out one by one behind him and weren't able to give him that support. But I mean, really aggressive on his part. Got the 2nd place, so very, very good effort from his end, but just wasn't able to close it out.
Yeah, big pickup. And I think number 9, the original winners, finished in 6th place there behind, I think, Flipper's squad, squad number 2, squad number 5. So I'm not sure where the standings are now, and we will only be able to give you preliminary numbers on those because my maths isn't that good. But this is a tight leaderboard, and squad number 5 are fragging out. Someone needs to win a hot drop next game other than number 5. There's a lot of these squads, they're going to need to just contest.
Yes, and the match number 2 was ever so crazy. We have match number 3 coming up, however, and I want this, Butchka. I want this to be the hottest match of tonight. So we will be right back with match number 3, the final one.
If you cheat, you will get banned.
In PUBG Mobile, in order to take on the various battleground environments, it's crucial to have a vehicle capable of traversing any terrain. In the official version of Livik, we've added the brand new utility task vehicle, UTV. So, how does this vehicle perform in the game? Today, let's compare the UTV with Livik's other commonly used all-terrain vehicles, the buggy and monster truck. We're sure to help you decide which vehicle to use. Let's see the overall performance of these vehicles. The buggy is quite small and compact, which gives it exceptional handling. During intense chases, its agility provides a firm sense of security. The monster truck has a tall chassis with massive tires, enabling it to traverse rugged terrain with ease. The UTV has overall great performance and is very practical. Its spacious interior makes it convenient for large teams, whether it be paved roads or the wilderness. The UTV can smoothly carry your team to any desired destination. The all-new UTV has a fairly compact frame, plenty of passenger space, and excels in all terrain. Whether it's rugged mountainous terrain or narrow streets, or in the middle of an intense firefight, it's a reliable means of transportation. It might just be your ticket to the final circle.
Any preliminaries?
We are back, guys, with the very last match today of the hottest Livik drop. And Bushka, something we need to tell our viewers about is the bonus prize for these teams too. So Bushka, what
Yeah,
is
there's
this
going to be a bonus
prize?
prize, but you've got to win one of the matches to randomly get it. It's going to be one of the 3 teams that wins a match goes and grabs this special bonus prize, which we will reveal at the end of the event. So that being in the case, I mean, there's already a big, big impetus to go and get the win, but that should absolutely bring things up. I will say there's a lot of teams here that need to win and need to get higher limbs to get that 10,000 new seed. This is going to be a Gronhouse advanced supply zone. Gronhouse is one of the most brutal advanced supply zones. It is not really the urban Midstein power plant, any of those things. It is like a whole big bunch of houses, just cottages with roofs and things that people stand on and not much around it. So you aren't going to be able to run off, grab a gun and come back really easily. There's only one little town up the road from it. I'm expecting this to be probably the most brutal of the circles so far. And that's saying something considering how many people went down in game 1.
Yeah, I think in day 1, or I mean, match 1, we had them all land, right? Maybe like 80% of them, maybe less than that. Maybe like 60% of them stayed in the city and they played right off the drop. The second one, less than, like maybe 40% stayed within power plant and fought it out. This one, like you said, no escaping. Everyone has to land. And I mean, it's going to be really hard to cross these kind of open areas to get into those cottages. So I'm really excited to see this one, Bushka.
Yeah, this is also a lot of the loot is on the outside of the compounds. So you can see these little grass thatched roof cottages over here. That's it. There's a lot of hillsides. There's a lot of problems. Brazen Rover, you grub. He's touched down and he's leaving.
Oh, God.
He's out of there. Oh, Brazen Rover, you absolute grub.
He was the VIP we just highlighted, right? And he said, he told me Operation Meat Shield is a success. Really taking it for his team, but this is just insanity, Bushka.
Look at this. This is what I'm talking about. Squad number 4 running around. Give me a gun, 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 no gun, 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 give me a gun. His teammate needs to drop the gun. Drop the gun.
Drop me the gun.
Give him the gun. Desperation has a name, and it's squad number 4. As Star is leading a charmed life, darting, parkouring from angle to angle. There's just a knock person in there. Punch him out. Take the weapon.
Do it. I don't think he has a weapon either. He's just like, no, there's no gun. Like, what can I even do? He's like, yep, you can still. This to a gunfight. Even his teammate wasn't even on his side. Wouldn't even drop it. But M249 is found right off the bat. Zero collecting his first elimination of the match.
Yeah, nice work, Zero. And Zero is in the compound just up the road from the debacle that is Gronhouse, or rather over the other side of the ridgeline. I would go back. If I'm a team that's low on the leaderboard and needs points, I just go back and start farming. Star's finally gone down. Stars still doesn't have a weapon.
I would send one to the recall tower, send the other 3 into the midst of this fight, and try to rack up as many eliminations as possible, right? But
can we get a look at squad number 5 here, Mon? Because they're down to 2 members over there. That's Stress and Salmon. They're the number one team.
Yes.
And have they got someone else at a recall tower? No.
That's 2 minutes in and you're already using a recall tower.
Yeah, like this is disaster time. Could we get a look
man.
at squad number 5? Because I think squad number 5 are pinned in the middle of Grindhouse. Yeah, Stress has got nothing. Absolutely nothing. Just being as quiet as a mouse, and he's probably not thankful for Bushka highlighting squad number 5 right now.
He's like, get off me. He's like, I don't want anyone to see where I am. He's always got his Converse shoes.
Where is Salmon?
Nothing else.
Salmon's, and here's Salmon. Salmon has an 8 km, a level 1 vest, and a bad haircut. And that is literally all Salmon has going for him right now.
Oh, unfortunately, he was born with it right into the mat. So
Look at
I
this.
mean, he got
Look at
one
this.
push
On
up.
the push.
Now he's playing right around the
Aggression.
rosy, around it, and he doesn't win it.
clutch.
Oh. Come on,
This
punch
is,
it up, punch it up.
this is big plays. No, go back to number 5. Salmon, do it.
Yeah.
Got another one.
Okay, this could be the 1 versus 4 of the century, right? The one that we missed out on the first match, but he's just gonna clean up on those kills. The last player is out in the distance, kill shot. So he's gonna, I think he's like playing the, I'm just gonna get out of here, go for the recall tower and try to survive this.
This is crazy because that was like, if they had got Salmon, then Stress is alone with no weapon, no armor in the middle of the hottest drop.
Oh,
And Salmon
man.
now a chance to get back to the recall tower and actually bring back Fear and Tragic as Killshot's just recalling the last. They're coming back for Salmon, I betcha.
So Killshot didn't do anything in that fight, but he's like, okay, now I played my team part, and I'm gonna recall everybody and bring you guys back. But Salmon, 3 eliminations, great stuff from him. Oh, if only he could get to a recall tower and bring it back to his players.
Well, I don't think there's a lot of friendly recall towers around here. There is a recall tower that he's looking for up the top of the hill. He'd want to be careful that squad number 2 don't come back for a little bit of payback here. Stress still up, obviously.
Payback. I mean, if it's one player that you don't want out, it's gonna be Stress, right? He was like hanging in there in the first match, and so well in the second one. So above all, keep Stress alive.
Yeah, well, Stress is just chilling back in Grindhouse.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Salmon making a very slow rotation here, trying to be. And squad number 2 is still alive. They've still got full squad up as well.
He just recalled them, right? Like he came back, and then I think Peshmarga got knocked somehow off. Right, when you get recalled, you have nothing, right?
Star's
So
back.
they probably
It's
don't have
Star,
really
and Star
anything.
has a weapon this time, Monica. So much better looking with a gun.
I guess that was the one thing missing, right? Like he spent the first 5 minutes of the match, no guns in a game like PUBG Mobile, where you
I
definitely
don't
need
know
those.
how
These
Star
guns to get
stayed
one.
alive. Star was like elusive, just rushing around, no gun, punching people out. I mean, getting an elimination on that drop without a weapon, that could be the difference between placing and not placing at the end of the day.
Well, that was, he was punching out that one guy that was knocked in that room, remember?
Oh, that is a big spray from across the way.
And everyone's got their sweatpants on and they're laying
Oh,
prone
yeah.
and spraying and praying into the distance. But here we do have, looks like 0 eliminations found from this team, but Killshot and Co. 4 found so far.
Killshot going for the world record in recalls and revives at the moment. He's got half the team back, done a couple of revives, and they're still not rotated off that ridge line. This is where we see who has the clutch gene, and Payne looking very keen and athletic here, rushing towards problems, not running away from them.
Oh, no, Killshot's like,
Killshot.
he's like, I need my best medic, best teammate, like achievement, but there's nothing else I can really
Back to the
contribute
recall
to my
tower.
team.
Back to the recall tower, squad number
That's for
2.
sure.
Get him back. Payne with just the one elimination there, but it's a good one.
It's pretty good. In the distance, we did see Mr. Flip and Bella and Brandy and Clint, though, just kind of lingering. Remember, they had a little bit of Tokyo Drift action that did
World's
not
worst
prove
drivers.
fruitful.
World's
Yeah,
worst
so-
drivers. Absolutely the world's worst drivers. His kill shots coming back. These guys are unbelievable. They are getting their value out of this recall tower.
This is it for the recall towers
Yeah, there
now,
can't be
right?
any
Now-
left. Yeah.
They're on the
Feels like
last
there's-
life now.
Is squad number 5 still up? Oh, look at this. This is a filthy overlook from squad number 8. He's salivating.
Squad number 5 is up because we did just see Stress go for a knock and a
Yes,
flush
Stress is
onto
on.
Crispy Bacon.
Oh, that was a real opportunity for the rest of the... And Salmon just cleared nearly, and that was that northeastern rotation up above Eastport that they were actually
Yes.
starting to make, and there is a flush. That is Brazen Rovers squad.
Man, they're okay. So he's just waiting here, right? Like I like how much information he's getting here, right? You can hear them all down below. And okay, so they did recall their teammates. So they're 4-man up, and now they're just pushing and pushing and pushing on to Brazen's team.
It's a great idea if you want to win to just kill everyone else. I think that's a great idea, and they seem to be grasping that concept pretty well. Squad number 11 would be heroes for the rest of the map. For everyone else in the lobby, if they could just clear. Oh, it's a gren off. That's an unfortunate grenade. Oh, that took a little bit out of the back door.
Back door indeed.
He's actually jumped off now.
How many grenades does he have? Because he's just been tossing and tossing. I think this is the 4th one that he's gotten. Killer finding a killer angle actually, but just missed it. That could have been so good.
Now he's in trouble. Now he's in big trouble.
Well, I mean, he had a good spot. Gave away his position with his misfires and wasn't able to get that initial first knock. So now it's going to be, stressing all them. They're going to be able to get Jafar back up. And then there are 5 eliminations. They need to clean some of these ones out, but they still have the fight on the other side of the street.
Yeah, they are getting, well, it looks like they have got back to actually get their teammate up here. So squad number 11 are going to be back online, but they are divided. You're not going to be able to get back across that street very easily. Oh, that's bad news.
Oh, that's so bad news. This is what you talked about, right? These are open roads that you can't just freely run across. And they thought that they were in for free. And then Salmon is picking them off one by one. I think it's it's Morty and it's one more player left alive. So, from 4 down to 2, what a fall from grace.
Yeah, absolutely. They might be better off. I don't know if they've had a recall yet, but I don't think they can even release for a recall. They have no good options here. Being up high is better than being down low.
They need like Uber Eats a recall tower into behind them. Like, we need you to come to me this time.
Yeah. Right about now, I'd be like, buddy, I'm sorry, you're dead. I can't get you. I can't get the revive on you. Oh, that's well done.
Ow!
Right through the window.
I mean, they were able to just catch the moment that Salmon just didn't look at him, right? But Moise, he's still here. He's been camping here for forever.
I think he's just taken out Quan Deadshot there. Waited until they went out to the car and then did that terrible, sneaky Livik thing where you just get smashed from nowhere.
Sounds like a Sandhawk thing now brought into Livik.
Yeah, it's Livik's appropriated that intellectual property. Squad number 5, big flank here. This is a really risky move, but they're playing with confidence, playing with flair, playing with a little bit of elan, a little bit of sang-froid as they pump down the coast road and are looking to come in and pinch out a win here against squad number 11 in Eastport. I don't love this jumpy, punchy thing. I'm not a fan.
This is the silent, jumpy, punchy. You can't hear them sort of thing.
Is what it is.
It's a great angle, right? If he can stay alive. Because if he can oh my God, he's dead. Yeah,
it's a good angle.
It was great. Okay, I take what I said back. He did really good.
It's over. It's over. That's a good angle.
So now they have no chance of reviving them, right? They've got to recall them if they want them alive. But now they can push now because it's a 2 versus 4.
He's heard the escapee down here at the bottom, MVP killer, who is swimming for his supper. And this is desperation times. Great play off the top turnbuckle there for Jafar. Woo!
That is a confident player. He just full sent it. He's like, I'm gonna get it because I mean, if he got knocked there, he would have got immediately flushed out. And there was no saving him, right? But I really like that kind of really confident parkour to get that knock and that flush.
Yeah, that was gorgeous. Yeah, they're playing with confidence. They are playing with grace, and very hard to see anyone getting their way here. I don't know how squad number 9 are looking, but they need to win and win with. Wow. Merms on the pump. Merms on the pump. Squad Merms forever.
Drop shot gone wrong. Drops shot gone wrong. Going for the immediate flush. Looks like they're going to be just on the edge of the circle. Now flushing onto Starboy, getting the flush on. Oh, that was Brandy getting flushed and taken out. So this is in the middle of the city. We still have 3 players still left alive from, I think that's Flip, Bella, and Clint in the distance.
Oh, the 10-14 takes another victim. Put that one down on the I almost had it Flipper. Oh, he's a 7-foot tall man with a glint in his eye and he loves a storm, but That was just unfortunate. The flip gone, but not forgotten. Can they recall flip? Or has he already died? He loves getting knocked, but we'll see.
I don't think he's been recalled yet. I
Yep.
want to say. I mean, that was do or die for Starboy. He had way more on the line than Flip, because if Flip took Starboy out here, that would have been his team out of the lobby.
Emerm's doing a wonderful bit of shopping online here. Something from the summer collection. On the hunt, lovely DP28 skin that. I've got that one. Beautiful look. Squad number 2. They're still over there.
Oh man.
This
is the team that's just like, this is the team that's just been knocked down onto their knees the entire match. As I mean, he wanted to get Sasuke, right? He's like, we have to go for the revive here.
They're all still alive.
And he's somehow they're all still alive somehow.
Squad number 6 on the push here into a compound that is going to make life very uncomfortable for squad number 2. Not that it wasn't already uncomfortable. Everyone's taking turns knocking squad number 2, but they are still up in the top 10, so good on them.
You're like my punching bag, and then okay, it's your turn now. You'll get a couple of punches in, and somehow they haven't lost anybody yet. Actually, no, I spoke a little bit too soon.
They have no meds.
They have no meds at all.
No meds.
And they're about to fight team number 6.
Yeah, well, I mean, why wouldn't you? The circle's coming. Seems like a good idea. Crispy
Nothing
bacon.
to lose at this point.
And these guys are rotating up into squad number 6. Oh, poor old Mermo's gone down under the bridge. No, Merms is up. It's Owen Wilson. Wonderful actor. No, it's not. It's Onyx
She gets the first aid. Number 1 is stuck out in the blue zone, right? And they're like, they've got multiple catchers on either side. They do lose Wilson, but number 1, I think they are going to be, in a much more dire position because they're still in the blue zone. They still have to go for the revive, and they still need to try to get it.
That hurts. That hurts. Zero's the last one out there. That all came a cropper for them when squad number 8, that's Moyes, you can see there, got the knock and the flash on Quan Deadshot, couldn't get to the recoil, and now things are starting to take a turn for the worse as squad number 1 is slipping away. Look at Merms.
Ella Fox also slipped away from us, so I think it's only Clint left alive.
Well, Flipper and Bella are, as you know, one of the most famous esports romancers. Flipper's probably in there yelling, "Why didn't you revive me?" He's running to the other room. "Why didn't you revive me?" Great rotation. Great rotation there.
We need some like face cams of the players just to put on screen whatever happened there. But Merms, I mean, great to get some damage there, but Zero able to slip into this new circle out of the blue zone.
Top kill shot still alive. He's imitating a rhododendron as he takes another clear. Stick that one in your custard guts.
Team number 2 is like the cockroach that you keep trying to squash out of your kitchen and just keep coming back alive and won't die.
Top kill shot got only gamer girl. Got the clear on that, so well done, top kill shot. Oh, he's finally gone. And the humans rejoice. Now,
he almost had it.
Starman gets another clear in the kill feed. Someone needs to do something about squad number 5. They are becoming a problem that no one can solve. I think Farouk's team may have already disappeared off the runway here, so it's wide open for squad number 5 to take it. What about squad number 10? Are they still here? I don't know who's up at the moment. 6 teams we're down to.
Down for Salmon, though, lasering into the distance. So, I mean, I was like, we're all focusing on stress, but Salmon, though, he's like, keep some attention on me. Is that 5 eliminations found so far. Team number 12 is just helpless in the distance as they have nowhere to go, and they're not in the circle at all.
Points on this guy. He's like got a Koenigsegg. He's like, can you use the rock for cover? No, I'd rather use an expensive supercar. Thanks very much. As FG Paying makes a really tough rotation. Salmon is just killing everything.
He's just like, he's got eyes in the back of his head, just 360 vision all the way around. You can see where everybody is. Look
at his ag. Boom, 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 side to side. He's like an athlete, an esports athlete. Rips him into the smoke there.
Is an athlete, is a sport, is a real sport, and Salmon is stuff. I mean, Salmon with that kind of movement like that, he's gonna get the kill every single time.
Yeah. Oh, looking at Salmon, just absolutely stressed Salmon. They're up to 16 kills. Again, they're back in the same compound. I did mention how good this compound is. It's not an accident that they are here. It is one of the easiest to defend compounds in the map, on the map.
They're down to 3, right? Hopefully they can keep their, morale up as they have a lot of solos they need to clear on the left-hand side. Looks like Clint, though, the last one remaining from his team, is going to be taken out in fifth position, though. And
Moines goes down. Starman clears him. It is a 2-squad equation here now with 3v2, and it's done. It is done, and it was done clinically, and it was done with a great amount of intent. Wow. Big moving. That's
22
a lot of kills.
eliminations last match, right? Is this 22 again?
I think this is 21. 12, 13, no, 22. 22 again. That is an absolute monster cleanup.
First match 18, and like, that's not good enough. I get 22, and then they're like, okay, that is good enough, and we're gonna do it again and get 22. So they've gotten, what is that? Whatever 44 plus 18 is.
And they had, they got a lot of points. There is 62.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at a replay now. Let's go back and see some of the goodness that made up an electric final match there on the hottest drop of all, Livik.
Let's take a look. Oh, this is right off the bat. And Starboy was just like, "Oh, this is a shooter game." I couldn't tell. I couldn't find a gun at all.
My name's not Starboy. It's Mike Tyson, and I'm here to throw down. Just how did he live for so long? Just charging around, chucking hands.
Just like in and out of the buildings, in and out. Just nobody look at me at all. And Zero, I mean, I have to commend his survivability, right? Like, he was out in the blue zone with Merms in front of him. Here is at the more closer in the beginning. M249 just parkouring around the city and was able to rack up quite a few eliminations just himself.
Picked up third place. I really do think the other teams missed a trick there. They needed to really get stuck into squad number 5 right on that drop. And I love that squad number 5 just sat Stress up in one of those little alcoves at the top of one of those cottages and left him there. No one touched him. Unbelievable stuff.
No one touched him at all. But yeah, I mean, I think this was probably my favorite match out of all 3 of the matches tonight. Was this last one?
Yeah, Monica, I'm with you. That was a wonderful performance by a dominant backline there. That was winning football. Very well done. I got this. Another replay. Let's have a look at a replay.
Let's do it. Oh, this is the one where team number 1 was stuck out with 0, and then Merms and Co were just waiting out here. And I think Merms was able to slip in, but actually 0 was able to outlive them, right?
Yeah, this was
wide rotated around and was able to slip in.
Yeah, he had a coop out the back there, and you're gonna see in a moment. I think he's just drinking blue back there, just breathing blue. Like some fish have gills, but he's just got blue gills, just able to drink the blue. That hurts there too. Look, he's gonna lose his teammate, then just rolls out of there and ends up coming third. Well done to 0.
You know, at the beginning, you know, the first couple blue zones just had a little tickle, right? This one is literally just like really harsh tickling that you're just like, stop! It's like it hurts way too much. It's like at that point, and he's still able to somehow still stay alive and able to slip into 3rd place. And I think his team was able to get like 6 eliminations in total. So great job from them for sure. But I mean, all of these matches too are just so hot and so much action.
I love this format. This format is golden. I've never had so much constant gunfighting occurring, because even if you leave that golden circle at the start, you're still like, you're all condensed. It's very difficult to get away from the third party and the hard rotations. Absolutely 100% would recommend. For you, what's your highlight of the day, Monica? What's the highlight of the day for you?
Oh man, I really appreciate Salmon's team, where, you know, I mean, the first match, right? Stress was just like, I mean, he was not stressing, contrary to his name, but he almost pulled off like a 1 versus 4 to win the game, but he was just picking fights left and right. And then even Salmon, just at that last game, he, you know, I think Stress was on the other side of the hill, no gun whatsoever. So he was just all by himself, and he pulls off a 1 versus 3 while the entire team was like coming down at him.
That was clutch.
So I think that team
no
was
helmet, level 1 vest, an AK, no meds, and a bad haircut. Yeah. And he basically ripped 3 members of Team 2 apart, and then Top Shot was like, you know what? I'm just going to go and bring these guys back, and we're going to wander around this hill getting knocked for the rest of the game.
Yeah, that's what happened.
I'm
Oh.
with you. I'm with you. For me, I think my favorite part was just I loved watching that hot drop, the last one, where
Mhm.
there was so many people dropping hot that even though there was weapons everywhere, Star was literally running around just throwing fists, praying for raid, and then picks up an elimination from someone's knock, and they still don't have a gun.
Even
was
before
great.
that, his teammate is knocked on the ground in
Yeah,
front of him, and then literally
yeah,
an enemy around the corner, and he's
yeah,
still just, he wouldn't drop his gun for
yeah.
me. Like,
Drop the
please
gun,
just
drop
give
the
me
gun, drop the gun.
He's like, no.
No, it's mine.
I found it first.
Yeah, gorgeous, absolutely brilliant. The first hot drop set the tone. I mean, we lost half the lobby in the first 5 minutes of the game, which is
Yes.
unheard of. I mean, you've got a long and storied career in the esports and the tournament industry. You never see that, do you?
You never see that. Yeah, that's one in a blue moon, like you ever
Yeah.
see that. Mostly in esports, it's like, everyone drop, nobody sees each other for like 20 minutes, and then they start fighting.
Just holding angles, praying for rain. Give us the circle, give us the loot. Yeah, that was just drop and get absolutely wrecked. I love it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm sure
man.
I'm sure the teams would have loved to have been tactical about it, but it's got to be hard. Like in that kind of a situation, to really think tactically, it's just all about fight or flight.
Just instincts taking over, right? It's just like grab a gun and just, it's just pure reaction at that point because there's people all the way around you. It's you don't have enough time to like analyze or really think through what's going on. You're just like, I grab a shotgun and just go and fight.
Yeah, right on, spot on. And your fish are a bit of a star. I'm just reading the stream chat that so long. Thanks for all the fish. They all want to thank the fish. Well done, the fish. There was a bit of a moment where I thought the esport might have devolved into squad number 11 sending, I think it was, I can't remember who it was actually off the top of my head, but was running out on the edge, and I thought they might have actually gone in the water. Would have probably been the best option, but they ended up getting cleared. That was a brilliant push by Summon. Summon was really most aggressive player on field today for me.
I mean, for him, he was the leader of the team. He's the one who, put the team together. That he picked this team because they're all of his friends. And actually, this team, they're actually all from the Middle East, so they got a little bit of unfair ping advantage for some of these other players. But they're really, I mean, they didn't really need that green
ping. If I
ping.
picked a team from all of my friends, we'd still be in the lobby. Like we never would have made the plane.
Did you guys start it? Did you guys start it yet?
Yeah, my friends, the potatoes. Forget about winning. Oh my goodness. Yeah, if I picked a team from all my mates, it would be very, very bad. I'm glad he's got some friends with talent. Yeah, and got some talent. Yeah, we wouldn't be doing anything. The map itself, I hope we see more of these. This is taking over from me, from Sanok, in terms of action.
Yeah, this is like if you took Boot Camp Sandhawk, like a classic match, and just that's you just multiply that by 10, throughout the entire match of Livik. So it's just, I mean, this is what a new and improved Livik. And if you guys haven't played it yet, I hope the matches that you have seen inspire you to go play it all night tonight, because it is just crazy amount of action.
Yeah, and we're going to be announcing at the end of this as well the winner of the. I don't know if we can actually announce what the bonus prize is yet, and we're still doing the preliminary scoring for you guys, so you find out who gets first, second, third. I mean, I feel pretty strongly that squad number 5 is going to be number 1, but the minor places are going to be tough to fill up.
And just to remind you guys, the overall prizes, though, that we did tell you at the very beginning, the first place team gets 10,000 UC per member. Usually we see 10,000 UC or, amount of UC is just for the team and they split it amongst themselves. No, so basically first place team is getting 40,000 UC as the entire team because they are each getting that amount. Second place is going to be, second place is 50,000 or 5,000. I added an extra zero in there. 5,000 UC per member. And then third place is going to be 2,500 UC per team member.
Yeah, there was a few things we didn't see. The aqueduct is a great place to drop as well. That's where one of the spawn areas, and it actually has a weapons storage room. There's so many features like that. I would love to see some of these features come to the classic maps. I'd love to see the recall towers on Erangel. I would love to see more loot on Miramar and Erangel. Like the kind of loot thing just encourages a much more dynamic variant of the game, and to see a tournament kind of game like this where it's more electric than, you know, a custom room on a live stream from a content creator. Like it's literally just wild swings in the first 3 minutes of the game and stuff happening everywhere. It's brilliant for actually providing entertainment.
The other thing that we didn't see was a volcanic eruption. So unfortunately we didn't get to see that, but I heard it is like the red zone on steroids.
It is.
So any player that gets
it feels
too
like
close to
it's aiming at you.
Oh man.
I was playing with Mr.
God,
Ouija.
stay away from me.
Yeah, I was playing with one of my friends the other day, and he got done twice in the one game, and then he got flushed by it at the end. So it was actually getting hit by the red zone twice and then getting thirsted by it the third time was amazing. And he is
not amazing for him. Amazing for you, but not for him.
He's got a bad rep. I mean, any map the red zone starts, he just runs into a house because I really feel like he's the guy that gets struck by lightning 4 times. Like he is absolutely targeted. Yeah. Everyone else will be, you stay away from Ouija and you'll be safe. If you go anywhere near him, the red zone is going to hunt you down.
Right? It's like the red zone comes, just leave him there and then drive anywhere else and you'll be fine, right? Like
100%.
All the bad luck stays on him.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so we had a hell of an event here today. We had some incredible performances. We also had some people who played it probably a little bit slower than you'd expect. Merms got down on the tummy at the end there, but she did showcase some gorgeous outfits. Have you actually seen the new fire outfit, or have you got that in the kit bag?
I don't know where he got. Wait, so that outfit, obviously very flashy, looks very good, but aren't you just kind of like a beacon for your enemies in the distance, seeing this kind of flashing red outfit?
Yeah, but if you have it on like 90 frames per second, it doesn't come up with the flames. If you have it, you've got to have it better than the smooth 90 smooth extreme thing. Once you go to balanced, you start seeing some crazy stuff. And if you run HD or HD HDR on that, it is just insane. The weapons are on fire, the coat's on fire. It's just absolutely crackers.
She just hopes her enemies have bad devices that can't go all the way up there.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much it. I did think that as well. Like, it's surely, like, if you're trying to snake in that thing and someone's running like higher graphics, you're just going to look like a little bonfire moving around in the grass. It's
like, is that a mini Molotov in the distance? What's going on over there?
Exactly. Yeah, it's a hell of a thing. I did play in an event on Livik the other day, and it was really tough to make these rotations. And that's one of the reasons why I saw Summon Squad hitting that compound again and again. It was one of the compounds that I wanted to get to. We just never got there. It is one of the best parts of the map.
And you were like Clint and Co. driving and trying to get there and just couldn't quite get to that.
It's really
compound.
hard. Yeah, and when you have this advanced supply zone drop, it is so much better because it thins the numbers out and it gives you a chance to rotate. Normally you go like the first couple of circles, no one's dead. You've got 48, 50 people left.
Yep.
We're just the producer's talking in the earbuds now. What do you got to say to us, producer? Wow. Okay. Monica, do you want to do the honors?
our preliminary scores. If you guys, I know, are on the edge of your seats to figure out. I think it wasn't that hard to figure out who did win this event, though. And it's going to be team number 5 that we saw. Salmon, we saw Salman, we saw CGJ3, and of course we have ABNX Stress, who I think just took the whole event away. They had, what do we say, like 60 some odd eliminations the entire night.
Yeah, and then number 9 in second place, and I don't know how close and these are preliminary, obviously they could change, but it's unlikely. Squad number 1, that was the replay we saw at the end where Zero got all the way past and then rotated through and ended up coming 3rd with only the 1 elimination. That could be an absolutely clutch moment, because the difference between getting the UC and not getting the UC for 3rd place could just be, that was like an 8th place finish or a 7th place finish that turned into a 3rd place finish.
Yeah, because if he went out there, we saw him out in the blue zone, I think he would have went out probably like 8th position, somewhere around there. That would have been 8 points in placement.
Yeah.
And then to crawl into 3rd place and get, 6 eliminations, they got 9 points just in placement and then 6 points in elimination. So definitely, I think that was the not game winning, but UC winning rotation. Yeah,
absolutely. There was a lot, because squad number 10, they came 2nd as well in one of the games, and yeah, to get up there into the top 3. Oh, that's exciting. So the bonus prize, we can announce the bonus prize. And I've actually had a look at this. It's a hell of a thing. There is it's not really even what you'd call a backpack. This is a pretty crazy, it's like a travel pack. It's the nomadic travel pack. And that's going to be going to Salmon from squad number 5, who was the most aggressive player on tour. Yeah.
Isn't it every single player? Yeah, for each of your members. And by the way, this is a real backpack.
Wow.
Okay, it's not like a backpack in skin. It's not just a skin in game. It's like a real travel backpack. It's got like a sleeve for laptops for traveling through like TSA. It's got like all these crazy things. It's a crazy prize. Like I would want that backpack for sure.
Yeah, I've done a fair bit of traveling for casting and all around the world and stuff, and that's one thing that I got really excited when I saw, because I think I'd love to get that, and I may actually go and buy that backpack after watching the video. I thought it was awesome, the nomadic travel pack.
Yeah, we'll definitely check it out, and congrats again to team number 9, put together by Salmon. And you guys definitely came over, represented your region insanely well, and just I mean, you couldn't have played any better.
Yeah, 100%. I've just got what was that production? Okay, so we're going to say goodbye now. So as much as you love to have us here in your living rooms and on your phones and with you at all times, it's time to go home, but you can't stay here. So goodbye from me, Bushka. Thank you for having us. A wonderful tournament. And Monica?
Yeah, thank you guys so much. I had a lovely time here with Bushka and everyone. And PUBG Mobile, thank you for putting on this event. I'm sure we all love Livik, and I'm about to hop off and go play some. So see you guys in game.
See you, team.